I would like to demonstrate a technique for showing a elevation or cross section that cuts through the terrain but generates the terrain with a solid fill. And what do I mean by solid fill? Well, let's look at what we get normally when we cut through the terrain. We're going to get the perimeters of the terrain geometry, and we're going to get building elements beyond the cut plane and terrain elements that are also beyond the cut plane. It comes up through this slab and carries through. Some of the lines are missing. What some of us normally do would be to put a CAD box in here, shape it to the terrain that we cut through, and as best as we can, depending how complex we need it to be, how good it needs to look, and then put a fill on that. That's what we tend to do. It's not a dynamic solution. We have to update it if the terrain changes or if the camera position changes. So it's not super ideal. So here is a solution to that. I have the camera positioned where I want it. Oh, just to give an example of why I'm doing this in this situation is that this building in the foreground, I don't want it in this cross-section profile. And I'm not able to show the terrain sloping at the corner of the building. As you can see, it does here. And you can see the camera's outside the bounds of the terrain perimeter. So back to our solution. We're going to start with a terrain feature. I'm going to draw this feature starting far outside the dimensions of the building and draw it to the other side. So this will extend beyond what we need in either view in our cross section. I'm going to, first of all, here's the terrain feature. It comes in as concrete. I'm going to set the texture as the same as the terrain. I'm going to set the height at 0, and I'm going to set the thickness. For this case, I'm going to set it at 10 feet because I know there's nothing, the crawl space doesn't extend more than 5 feet below, but this will make sure it covers everything. So you want to set it deep enough to cover everything. What this does is it creates a surface under the terrain perimeter that the camera is going to see. And let me just back up here. Make sure that the surface the camera sees will be the outer surface. And let's try the right camera here. And voila. That's all you need to do. So you can take this and you can make it 0 distance between the lines. No, that won't work actually. I think we have to keep them apart or else they don't generate any geometry. So let's take it to 1/16 of an inch. And yeah, there it is. We can see the curves of the terrain. I might, for this camera, I might do a clipped camera here to get a little closer in this area. So then I would just take this and copy it over so that the camera is looking at that side of the feature. And yeah, there might be a bit of cleanup to do just to get these to look consistent. A couple little minor modifications. I think what we want to do is bring these both right up to the back clip line. I think that'll probably look the best. Yeah, we might have to edit that a little bit in the cross-section layout view, or just pull these around. I think if this goes to the right a bit, it's going to, no, I think to the left, it's going to merge up a lot closer to mitigate the amount of work we have to do to clean that up. A little bit more. That's come way out to here. I think the further left we go, the more these are just going to merge, and it's not going to matter if we go too far left. Yeah, that's close enough. A little bit of cleanup maybe. But there you have it. A nice smooth mask or solid fill of the terrain. And then if we look at the elevation, if I go in here and refresh, there it is. And I just got to take and clean up a few stray lines. And we are in business. So yeah, just a quick one. Might be useful to some of you. I'm going to use it from now on, and yeah, I think it's really effective.